What is up, everyone? Darkside here, and I just finally had a chance to watch the final Batman vs. Superman trailer, the impending movie release coming out in late March 2016. It's been out for a few days. I know that I'm a little bit behind on this reactions video, but I've been so busy with all the other stuff I've been doing, I finally had a chance to sit down and watch it. I wanted to take the time to give you my thoughts on this final trailer, especially because I've been very critical of a lot of the upcoming DC Comics movies, so here goes. So first off, it opens with Batman in action, and I think this is actually one of the things that a lot of us have wanted to see. How is this new Batman, the incarnation with Ben Affleck playing the role, going to pan out? It shows Batman storming a building full of criminals from a floor below, ripping through the floor. He's smashing these people left and right. It's pretty awesome, and quite honestly, this is more reminiscent of the gritty style, almost Frank Miller-like Batman of that, almost Dark Knight plot line, where he's brutal, he's smashing these criminals' faces into the floor or whatever. It looks neat. I liked it, but I think most of it was probably CGI, simply because the stuff that Batman was doing isn't physically possible for a human to do, and I really would be surprised if they find some kind of conventional special effects to pull this scene off. I like the scene, and it sets the tone, showing that Batman is going to be a badass in this movie, so thumbs up for the opening of the trailer. So there have been some reservations about how Ben Affleck is going to play Batman in this movie, and there's a little bit of dialogue between Alfred and Batman in the kind of interim portion of the trailer, and it's very hard to call. At this point, I'm going to be a little bit more kind of reserved, and I'm not going to say one way or the other, gee, do I think that it's going to be bad or good. Like I said months ago, when Michael Keaton played Batman, no one thought he was going to do a good job. He ended up blowing it out of the park. So until I see the movie, I'm not going to give my opinion, but we'll see what it is. The trailer in this regard didn't really give too much to whether or not Ben would do a good job, so I guess we'll have to see. Now, on the flip side of that, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I'm sorry, everything I've seen about this, I hate. In this trailer, it almost becomes glaringly apparent that he is the person pitting Batman against Superman. Whether he's manipulating things behind the scenes of this movie isn't clear yet, but it seems like he's trying to veer them towards a collision course, probably because he thought he could be the person to have all the power in this version of the DC Universe, and now seeing this vigilante guy kind of take over the crime-fighting powers in Gotham City, and this super-powered being now becoming world-famous, he's probably incredibly jealous, maybe even fearful, and he wants them to basically destroy each other. At least that's what it comes through in the dialogue of this trailer. But every word that Jesse says, I hate it. His high-pitched, whining, fucking voice. This is not Lex Luthor, at least in any way, shape, or form from the DC Comics, and it just drives me nuts that this is who they cast. What the fuck were they thinking? I still don't know. I still don't think it's believable. We'll see what happens in the movie, but I don't like it. The other character in the movie that gets a little bit of a highlight is Wonder Woman. They show her both dressed as almost like a normal woman in a gown at a party, running into Bruce Wayne, and then, of course, they show her in her full Wonder Woman garb on the attack. And as I said in my reactions video to the Wonder Woman footage from her upcoming movie, I'm not sold on her either. She looks like a supermodel to me in a cosplay outfit that's playing dress-up. She doesn't look like Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, but there's plenty of women out there who they could have chosen who might actually look like they're a little bit built, because let's face it, Wonder Woman is built. She's not a skinny supermodel type. She doesn't just have super strength and not have the muscle. She actually has muscle. She's always been portrayed like that in the comics, and why they chose in this particular role to have a woman who doesn't look like she could be an Amazonian warrior, I have no clue. I'd say, if anything, the face fits and nothing else. Again, we'll see what happens with the movie, but again, I think it's another miscasting, and I didn't enjoy seeing this in action here in the trailer, because I was like, oh god, I don't know how I'm going to put up with this Wonder Woman. So, after the Wonder Woman segment, we get this montage of action, and it's really hard to make heads or tails of exactly what's happening. You've got laser beams and explosions, the Batmobile's getting batted around, we see a few scenes that we've already seen in previous trailers, but the best part of this trailer for me is the ending, because it has a definitive scene that I think has sold this movie for me, and it's the reason I kind of want to see it now. The very final scene of the trailer, you've got Superman reaching back and swinging for Batman. Batman brings his arm up and blocks Superman's punch and stops him. And Superman's facial reaction is perfect. He looks like he can't believe it. How did Batman just overpower, or at least find a way to stop Superman? And ultimately, I think this was the question that everyone was posing in regard to this movie. If you're gonna have Batman versus Superman, Batman has to have a chance. And it can't just be, oh, he's using gadgets and stuff. He has to actually have some kind of a physical chance to fight Superman. What's it gonna be? Now, it's not clear from the trailer. Does Batman find kryptonite and it weakens Superman? Or does he have some kind of insanely superpowered suit that he built and that allows him to fight Superman? We don't know. And I kind of like that, because that leaves build-up for the next month or so before the movie comes out for us to kind of speculate and wonder what it's going to be, and then finally, hopefully in the movie, there's a big payout. That was perfect, including that one short scene in the trailer I think is going to sell this movie for tons of people, so I do have to say bravo, whether it was Zack Snyder or whoever it was to make that decision, for that to be the final frame of the trailer. That was 2 thumbs up and the perfect way to hook people and make them want to see the movie. So ultimately, I really liked this final Batman vs. Superman trailer. Batman looks badass, looks like he's gonna put up a fight against Superman. I really don't care too much about the bad casting of Jesse Eisenberg and the possibility of a weak-looking Wonder Woman, but here's the thing. I said this months ago when I first talked about this movie, and I'll say it again. Batman vs. Superman has to have a significant amount of time where the two heroes confront each other and have some kind of either confrontation or a fight. If this is one of those bait-and-switch movies where 95% is the build-up and Lex Luthor behind the scenes and Wonder Woman behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden at the end of the movie there's 2 minutes of them fighting, it's gonna be a huge fucking disappointment for so many people who put down their money to see the fight of the century, and it doesn't happen in movie form. They'd better deliver on what the title of this movie is. If they do, this movie could be amazing, even though, quite honestly, I liked Man of Steel, but I didn't love it, and I don't know, I'm not really sold on Ben Affleck yet as Batman, but if the combat comes out good, this movie could be amazing, and people will be fucking nerd-explooging all over the internet about it and all over the world. It remains to be seen, but this trailer, in my opinion, did a really good job of setting up the movie. I liked watching the trailer, and now I'm actually pumped to see this at the end of March, and I am going to be seeing it, and I will be doing a reactions video to Batman vs. Superman, so I hope you'll check that one out when I do it as well. Now, I'm sure, as always, with my reactions videos, people will have a differing opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments of this video. Share your opinion on this Batman vs. Superman trailer and what you think about the casting and everything, and let's have a nice discussion going. Thanks for watching, everyone, as always. I'll see you when the movie actually comes out for my reactions, and I'll see you for a lot more of this reaction-style video in the future. See you then, and peace out.